The personal care and attention that Dr. Max gave to Doug was just exceptional.
Was
Just
it like $1 million?
exceptional. Yes.
And when you
And
get
all of the staff in that clinic were as good as that. And I mean, very, very professional and thorough. And it was just like Doug said, he treated you like he was your family. He really did.
It's a month and a half today, and I call it, I'm an old hillbilly, so I call my hip a new wheel, eh? And I tell people I can damn near spin the tires already, eh? Like it is unreal how good that thing is. Like I can do the exercises that they got marked. They got marked for June.
Good morning.
I can do them like nothing right now, just simple and easy as anything. For 3 years, I was scared stiff of falling in the shower, and I had a chair. It hurt so goddamn bad that it just about bring tears to your eyes. And here I was jumping around the shower and spinning. I go to Beverly. That's the best money when I came into the bedroom. That's the best money I ever spent in my damn life. I probably am 500-600 feet from my shop, so I had a limp out with a cane to my truck, and get in my damn truck and start it up, drive to the shop door and get out, and then wobble in there, and then sit on a chair for a while, and like I was eating painkillers, those red Tylenols like Smarties, eh? Now I don't eat none, and I can walk around with that cane. I could walk, I think, 4 or 5 times as fast as I could before, no pain. You know, I just need the cane to balance yet, eh? Because my right knee is not much good, but it's been 35 years like that, and I've put up with it. But like it's unreal, and I've got about 5 or 6 people that would like to come down to the doctor there to get them herniated discs. They got that little lump on them, and the doctors here said all you got to do is just go pinch that little lump off, and then they're good. But I got one of my boys' friends, 45 years old, he's a farmer. He said that they take 3 years to get in here to do it, eh? So he's got an appointment this week, and he said if they say it's a year and a half or 2. He's got all your information for Dr. Greg and you guys. He's Dr. Max, and he said he'll be phoning. If he don't get no help, he'll be phoning you guys. I feel like $1 million compared to I did for 3 years. For 3 years, when I got in a vehicle, I had to take one hand or 2 hands and pull my left leg in. Now it just jumps in like it's supposed to, eh? Beverly got a hold of them and getting the arrangements made, and he phones me up on a Sunday, Dr. Greg, or Dr. Max, phones me up on a Sunday, and I'm Dr. Max. Greg, he said, I'm the fellow that's gonna, if you come down here, it's gonna be a surgeon. He said, I have an American or a Canadian dad and an American mom, and he said, I was born in Mexico, and then he said, I went to did all of Mexican schooling and that, and then he said later I went to Germany and had a little bit more education. Then he said I run into a German gal and I married her. So okay, so we go down there, and the first thing he does, everybody's got a mask on, and you go like this with your fist, you know,
Yeah,
and
no,
you
fist bump.
say hello,
Handshake.
hello to you. Then he grabbed Beverly and I around the waist with a great big hug. And he said, not every Mexican's got a big sombrero at a big mustache and a cigar. He said, we're all family here, and we can still hug in Mexico, and your family. That's how good it was. And he phoned me 4 times after the operation, and one day, so I was about 2 weeks after the operation, he phones. I said, Dr. Max, that's you. Yeah. I said, what the hell are you phoning me for? Oh, he said, I got relatives up in the U.S., and he said, we've gone up for Christmas, but we got a quarantine for 2 weeks, so I'm phoning all my clients. I talked to the man 20 minutes on the phone, joking about, like,
Yeah.
I was at the hip doctor last week that I was supposed to get my hip done in Calgary, and I preached this whole sermon I'm preaching you to him, and it wound up, I'll tell you what he said. I said, I'm going to get out of the doctor how many hip operations he can do. The doctor up here can do 5 hip operations in a year. 5 hip operations, he gets $1,000 in his pocket. And then he can do 5 knees, and each doctor can do that. So I said, why couldn't we have an outfit up here, same as Mexico? Just pay cash and put them on. The doctor gets so much, and the rest goes into the health system, not a private clinic. Eh? So he was amazed at how I said, these guys down here, their machines are running steady.
Yeah.
And doctors are coming in to operate, but I said, this doctor, you can't find a better one. So then I said to him, he's 61 years old. I said, did you ever phone a client in your damn life? Well, did you ever phone a client? I said to him. No, Doug, he said, I didn't. I have never done that. No. Well, I said, this man phoned me goddamn 4 times. Eh?
No, the personal care and attention that Dr. Max gave to Doug was just exceptional.
Was
just
it like
exceptional.
$1 million?
Yes.
And when you
and all of the staff in that clinic were as good as that. And I mean, very, very professional and thorough. And it was just like Doug said, he treated you like he was your family. He really did, and a very happy, pleasant, jovial man. He was just terrific.
The food we got in the hospital was like a 5-star hotel. So Beverly, nicely on a computer thing, this Facebook thing or whatever it is we're talking on, she sent pictures up to all our friends. They couldn't damn believe it. Like I said, we were treated like kings in a palace.
They were so careful and clean there with this COVID crap going on. They were just really careful about things, and people wearing masks and disinfectants, and you even had to walk through a tray. You had to disinfect your shoes when you walked in there, so that there was little chance of anything being brought in there. And the facility was fabulous. It really was.
Yeah, the hotel too.
And yes, and our hotel too. We knew Doug was going to have to wait for surgery. We'd been waiting over a year for an appointment to see the surgeon here, and the appointment was not going to be till January. And then we knew that it was going to be a year to wait, because that's just the way the system is. And we thought, this is Doug, but if we let it go, Doug would have been in a wheelchair. He would not, and he was in terrible pain anyways. And we thought, this cannot go on. So I went online and I started doing research. And that's how I found medical tourism, and that's how I started my searches. And I narrowed it down to two companies or organizations. There was medical tourism, and then there was another one that I had, sent, I guess, feelers out to see what was available, what the cost was, et cetera, et cetera. We were anxious. I won't say that we weren't. We were. I mean, we're talking about, we've gone to Mexico many times for vacation, but to go there for medical reasons, like surgical, that was a big step. That was a very big step. But in dealing with Kathleen's, it really, she really put us at ease. And then she set it up so that we could talk to some previous or prior patients. And that really helped finalize our decision. So after that, I mean, it took us a little over a month to find it, research it, talk, and actually to be in Mexico, ready to have the surgery. And with all the information she gave us, and I read Dr. Max's bio and everything, and the fact that he called here to see, to talk to Doug directly about the surgery, that was really the icing on the cake, because like Doug said, surgeons and doctors don't call you at home here at all. And that was exceptional to us for him to take that time to call us.
I want to tell you this thing here. When Dr. Craig was talking to me on the phone, sitting right at this table here, he said, you want your hip and your knee done, Doug? He said, your left hip and right knee, eh? I said, yep. Well, he said, I can't do that. He said, I could do that on some people, but I can't do that on you, he says. Oh, I said, how come is that? Well, he said, because you're 70 years old. And he said, you had cancer. And he said, you get lots of blood clots. Geez, I said, you done all your homework. I said, I knew I couldn't get two done, but you bugger did your homework, I said. And we laughed then. But when we were down there, a 51-year-old American came in there, and I was sitting there. He says, I need a hip and a knee done. So Dr. Max says to him, well, he said, I could do that, but he said, you got to be in good physical shape. He said, if you're in good physical shape, we can do that. So about 6 or 7 days later, I asked the therapist, I said, hey, that Yankee, I call them Yankees, and they don't mind, they laughed. I said, hey, that Yankee that wanted his hip and his knee done, did they do that? Yeah. I said, how long did that take? She says, 4.5 hours. And she said the next day he was walking on crutches, and the third day he took off in the plane home. How do you like that? And I tell people that too. And I said, he could have did that on me, but he was smart enough to know my history, that Dev set down. You better only work on one at a time on this bugger.
Really, we really didn't know what to expect, because I mean, when you hear, about, Mexico, we've been to Mexico lots, and we love coming there. There's no two ways about it. It's one of my favorite places. So we really didn't have, we didn't know what to expect, but I knew it was a private hospital, and I knew that Dr. Max was very well known and well respected. But the way he greeted us, and the way the staff treated us, I totally exceeded our expectations. Yeah, really, it did, because we didn't know what to expect. But
yeah.
I expected it to be first class and clean, but the food, when they brought in the food to Doug the first day, I could not believe how the food looked.
And the presentation
of the food, it looked like it came out of a 5-star restaurant. We wouldn't hesitate going back to Mexico for more medical, reasons if we had to. Wouldn't hesitate.